In the third stream of money reform are the various types of so-called alternative currencies, all of them based on some concept of money being created as self-issued credit. Many examples of such systems exist today all over the world. Some are very successful business-to-business barter networks in which businesses create product credit money to use among themselves, independent of banks and government, and usually interest-free. Such systems are tolerated, and in Switzerland the existence of the Weir system is generally credited with stabilizing the banking system by expanding when the conventional system contracts and vice versa. But in the past, when they became too successful, alternative currencies were usually suppressed by the banking system or even outlawed by government. So, active suppression is the most significant external problem. The most common inherent problems with these systems are their limited scope and acceptance, their operating costs, and the unreliability of member credit. What the conventional banking system provides, worldwide reach, affordability, credit checks, and debt enforcement, are the necessary services that are usually inadequate or prohibitively expensive in the alternative systems. Once the small group of idealistic and honest originators are joined by members exhibiting the full range of human behavior, alternative systems discover they must deal with cheaters. Some are deliberate cheaters, others just not too conscientious about their debts. And at the opposite end of the spectrum are the hyper-conscientious people who won't issue credit because they are afraid they won't be able to fulfill it. A self-issued credit system cannot work if the members are afraid of issuing credit. And that is why it makes far more sense that government and essential industries like farming, forestry, mining, manufacturing, and construction should be the main and widely accepted sources of self-issued credit, not vulnerable individuals trading haircuts for pottery. However, we are talking about creating a truly liberated system of exchange. Therefore, in this proposed new system, anyone would have the freedom to issue credit, because only voluntary acceptance would determine the circulation of it. The costs of accounting in self-issued credit systems could be overcome entirely by emerging technologies, allowing the creation of a digital coin. Digital coins could be passed from one owner to another, peer-to-peer, so that no bookkeeping and no third-party involvement, like banks or PayPal, is required. This leaves only the problem of achieving global spread. Thanks to technology again, this could now be achieved at little cost and at the same rate and with the same ease that the existing social networks, like Facebook and Twitter, have spread. So there is a positive answer to all the questions we have posed in this movie. And there is a solution that has the potential to unite the three seemingly conflicting schools of money reform into one cohesive movement for fundamental monetary change. Because, when examined closely, be it gold, tax receipts, or someone's goods and services, all three schools of money reform are really calling for the same thing: money that is redeemable for something specific from someone specific. Once one comes to that realization, it becomes obvious that self-issued credit for the full range of goods and services in demand would necessarily include gold, silver, and government tax receipts, as these are also things in demand. We just need to look beyond obsolete beliefs to see the heart of the situation. The all-inclusive self-issued credit system, the basis for almost all so-called alternative currencies, could contain within it both the precious metal and the payable for tax models of money without any contradiction. Money has both religious and social histories that are fascinating and go well beyond just the need for trade. But for our practical purposes in this presentation, money is the invention that overcame the limitations of direct barter. Money is, therefore, a technology, a way to solve a problem. Most of us would agree that we have a problem with our money system. This is no surprise once we realize the current system was designed by bankers in their own interest, and governments wanting to pump out artificial money to wage war and pay for it with the hidden form of taxation called inflation. It was not a well-thought-out project of mathematicians and engineers seeking to create a money system for the general benefit of humankind. There are now many people, including mathematicians, engineers, and even cartoonists, trying to rethink money as the need to do so becomes obvious. In this presentation, we've proposed that we return as close to direct barter as we can, because doing so would anchor the money system directly to the real-world things we want to exchange. The destructive flights of fantasy money that have brought the current system to its breaking point would not be possible. Self-issued credit is not a new idea. It is, in fact, an idea as old as numbers and written record-keeping. That is very old. However, only with our new technologies can it finally achieve its full potential as an international medium of exchange. And this transformation is already underway. Extensive electronic barter networks, some with their own currencies, exist among businesses right now. These could grow into a new global money system. In Canada, Canadian Tire money has been a self-issued credit for goods currency for decades. This money is redeemable for merchandise at Canadian Tire stores only, but is widely exchanged as payment by third parties because almost everyone eventually buys something at Canadian Tire. Like air miles and other bonus point systems, it is only a customer reward program at present. But anything that can serve the purpose of money can be money. Private enterprise self-issued credit money already exists in several forms all over the world, and more private enterprises are going in this direction. Money becomes money by acceptance. So one could say, the path to freedom lies before us if we can only accept new and broader ideas of what money is. Looked at logically, why wouldn't a legally binding contract for delivery of specific goods and services from a specific supplier be much more acceptable as a medium of trade than the much abused government bank monopoly money we are using now? And does it not seem natural and logical that the source of money should be the same as the source of real wealth, the productive members of society? And does it not seem natural and logical that the value of anyone's credit should be determined solely by their own proven success at living within their means, no one else's? And does it not seem natural and logical that the value of what we have earned with our work and productivity should not be susceptible to being destroyed or stolen by the gambling of some very greedy people? We hope that watching the Money is Death series has given you insights into why our money system functions the way it does. We also hope that we've demonstrated how a return to gold or a switch to any single uniform commodity as money does not solve the fundamental problems with money. Manipulation of single commodity money has milked productive people of their life energies and prosperity for millennia. That this predatory wealth extraction system could soon take the form of a single global bank emerging as an unaccountable big brother world dictatorship should concern everyone. We hope you're encouraged to do your own thinking about money, a subject that has been ignored and misunderstood by the public for much too long, to our great disadvantage. And, not to criticize without offering an alternative, we have, in this final movie of the series, offered a comprehensive and detailed picture of how a radically new economic system might work if interest-bearing product vouchers were the medium of exchange, thus eliminating money as a commodity in itself. Instead, money would be a global measurement unit like minutes, meters, and tons. The existing physical situation on this planet is not sustainable, and the number one technical obstacle to doing anything serious about it is the current growth-addicted money system, which is itself unsustainable. The crisis is upon us. If you'd rather think about solutions than despair about the problems, think about taking back our money power with self-issued credit. Join with others who realize the need for radical change and spread this knowledge and understanding as fast and as far as you can. The masses of people must take upon themselves the responsibility to wake up, realize our power, and create something better.